Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on Happy RC Flyer here on YouTube. Today is Tools and Tips Tuesday, and it's also Christmas Eve, and I trust you and yours are all ready for Christmas. Hopefully you got all your decorations up by now, and you got your last gifts that are purchased and under the tree all wrapped and ready to go. But in all the festivities and all the excitement of Christmas, don't forget the real meaning of Christmas. It's about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I trust if you haven't taken time to consider Him, that you would do so this Christmas season. It'll make all the difference in the world for you. What I want to look at today is the Apache Go Boxes. I purchased these from Harbor Freight, but you can also purchase them from Amazon, and we'll have a link in the video description for these. I purchased them at full price, just like anybody else would. I don't make any money on the videos. I don't make any money on the products, but we want to introduce you to them today and show you how I'm using them. And we've been using this Apache 3800 box. You've seen probably the video that I have set up for my Flywoo Explorer, and we'll be taking a quick video tour of that today. But what I want to introduce you to today is the 2900, which is the next size smaller box. And we're going to be setting that up for the Flywoo Fly Times 85. I've been having a ton of fun. I don't have the video out yet. Been waiting for some nice weather. It's still a little bit windy today, but anyway, we're going to be setting it up in the Go Box, and that way once you grab the box up, you know that you have everything that you need to go and fly. Your batteries, your tools, your controller, your goggles, your quad, whatever it is that you might need can be all included in one nice grab and go box. And there's been some times over the last number of weeks, even a month or so, that I've been wanting to fly the Fly Times 85, and I'll take all my gear and I'll charge up my batteries. I did that just last week, and I went to visit some family and grabbed up my controller, grabbed up my batteries, and got there and charged up my batteries, going to do some flying, and looked around and said, man, I forgot the quad. So it's kind of like getting out to the airfield and bringing all your airplane and your fuel, your charged batteries and your tool and all that, and forgetting something like the carbon spar for your wing spar, or like your transmitter, something simple. I mean, you remember everything else but forget the very basic thing that you've got to have to fly. So anyway, that's why I've kind of merged into the idea of these Go Boxes. I'm calling them Go Boxes. You can call them whatever you want, but they're just basically a watertight or water-resistant, airtight box that you can set up with everything that you need to fly. And then when you grab it up, you know you've got everything. If you need to charge batteries, you need battery packs, all that stuff. So we'll be getting into that today, and we'll show you all about it. So if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Subscribing helps grow the channel, and we're here to help grow the hobby. If you like the unbiased, unsponsored perspective, because we don't make any money on the videos, we don't make any money on the products. I'll have links for these in the video description, as many other videos when I talk about little items that I think makes life a little bit easier and makes the hobby more enjoyable. I don't make any money on that, so there's nobody behind the scenes that's trying to encourage me to buy certain products so that I can get some sort of kickback. And so I'm just being open up front with you. If you like that unsponsored, unbiased perspective, then you're at the right place. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future videos when I upload videos, and hit the big like button at the end of the video if you like this kind of video. The kind of content helps me know what you guys like. Drop a comment or a question, whether it's about these products today. We'll be talking about something in the video, or if it's about anything RC related. I don't always watch the comments real good like I would like to. I don't have a team. I'm a one-man band. I'm just a hobbyist. I have a day job, of course, and so that in mind, keep in mind that I might not get to your question right away, but feel free to share in there. It's a wonderful place that the RC community can interact and fellowship together. So share this video with a friend that you think might enjoy it, and let's get into it. As we mentioned already, this is the Apache 3800 box. I did purchase this from Harbor Freight, but you can also purchase these from Amazon. And you guys know that I've been really sharing a lot of products that you can purchase on Amazon, and the reason is because they have such amazing customer service. And I don't have any affiliate with Amazon or Harbor Freight or anybody else. I kind of mentioned that already, but just to be clear that if you get a product and you don't like it, there's something that's defective about it, or maybe you just don't like the product, you can return it, usually no questions asked with Amazon. That is really rare these days. I'm all for supporting the mom and pop shop. I'm all for supporting the brick and mortar shop, but it's gotten to the point, and I know it's because I I don't know of a really good word, but people are trying to break the system. It's people taking advantage. They'll use a product, they'll damage it. It's not really a defective product, but they'll use it for a period of time and then they just change their mind and they want their money back or something, and it kind of spoils the return system. But I am thankful that Amazon still has a really good product support system, or customer service maybe is what I'm looking for. So while you can get these at a Harbor Freight store, if you're close to a brick and mortar Harbor Freight, I encourage you to do that. One thing that's nice about a brick and mortar store is you can go there, you can lay eyes on the box, you can open it up, you can take measurements, you can see what size you like. My local Harbor Freight store has all the assortment of the Apache boxes, and I like to be able to go in there. I'll measure you know, what I'm looking for, and I'll go in there and I'll measure the different size boxes and look at the different sizes. Sometimes they don't have all the assortment of colors. So I mentioned before, I think in the review of the 3800 Apache box, but these boxes all come in 3 different colors. They come in this tan, they come in black, and then they come in like what I would call a rescue orange, or almost like a fluorescent orange. Maybe fluorescent is not the right color, but it really bright orange, like a rescue, sort of like a Coast Guard orange, or brighter, if you will. So anyway, it's nice to be able to go in there and look at the boxes themselves, see what you want. They have the different sizes. You can kind of do a side-by-side comparison, because if you're not real familiar, these boxes look virtually the same inside and out, and if you're not used to them, you can go in there and think that you're maybe getting the bigger one. You actually end up getting the smaller one. So keep that in mind. I have a few different sizes. We'll be showcasing some of the other boxes as well, but this is what I picked up from a local Harbor Freight store. You can purchase these from Amazon. Again, we'll put a link in the video description if you want to find the types of boxes here that I'm working with today. This is the Apache 3800. It's a little bit larger box. All of these are made out of really tough plastic. They flex a little bit, but they're really solid. They're so solid that sometimes I'll go places to fly and I don't have a picnic table like this or a bench to sit on, and I'll get my stuff out of the box and I'll turn around and I'll sit on the box. So that's pretty impressive to hold somebody that's my weight. And I'm not super chunky, but I'm not real lightweight either. So they're made out of really durable plastic. They do have these little eyelets on here if you wanted to put some padlocks on it. I kind of tend to lean against putting padlocks on a plastic case, because probably if somebody wanted to, they could probably pop this hinge out. I don't know how tough that is. Maybe that's for another video. But they have a nice swivel handle. You can see how the handle swivels really well, and it's very durable. It's not just something that's real flimsy. You don't have to worry about it being bumped around and getting damaged. It's got these 2 little clip latches on it. And then here, if you hadn't seen this already, this is supposed to be like an airtight seal. So you can screw that on or tighten it or loosen it if you want it to be breathable. And these bigger boxes do come with foam already in them, and that's really important. There are a lot of companies that sell boxes and a lot of different size cases and stuff, but they don't come with the foam. And then trying to source some foam is another challenge, and maybe we'll get into that in another video, because there is another case that I have sourced some foam to. But this already comes with the foam. It comes with eggshell top and bottom, and then these layers of what I would call like perforated foam. And you'll see a lot of these cutouts are in squares, and the reason is, there's my sub 250 lanyard transmitter holder, but you'll see, I hope you can see well enough that this is like perforated, or it's like pre-cut, and it's held together by little tabs. So you can just rip it. You don't have to cut it out with a hot knife, which is really nice. And we're going to show you how to do that today in this box, setting this up. But anyway, here's my Flywheel Explorer. You can see I have it cut through, have a place for the antenna to pass through here. And that's my Flywheel Explorer. It's the LR4, I think it's called. It has the DJI 03 unit on it, and I bought it with the 03 unit on it. This has been a ton of fun. Really good first quad. If you're just getting into freestyle, that'd make a really good first quad. It's good for like some longer range stuff, longer flight, and maybe we'll get into that in another video. But I have this, the idea originally with just putting a single panel in here was that I could switch this panel out and have all my my goggles, my batteries, my charger, my transmitter, and everything already set up, and then have a different layer for different quads. So I'm doing a separate box for this one because this runs on 2S, and this box here is set up for everything 4S because the Explorer runs on 4S. So I might put another layer together for doing the sub 250 Oasis Fly 25 because that's also a 4S quad. So So you have the first layer there. I did glue this back panel on. I think I glued the very bottom layer, but everything else is just kind of sitting in there. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. I have my DJI goggles 2 in here with the little battery case and the straps and everything fits in there. It's really nice. These antennas fold down on the goggles 2. I really like that. Got some Lion packs in there from Flywoo. Got some 4S packs, some 750s down through here. I think there's a 720 in there. This is the sub 250, battery that they recommend for the Oasis Fly 25. That's the little 720. I have some little 300s in there, 300 milliamps, and then some 900, I think it is. My little pocket charger, man, this thing is super cool, by SkyRC. It's the B6 AC Neo. If you don't have one of those in your bucket, in your parts bin for your chargers, man, I highly recommend it. It's a super nice, compact. It is the smallest AC/DC charger that I know of. If you know of another one, drop it in the comments. But this can charge on DC input or AC input, which I really like about that. It also has a USB Type-C output. There's your XT60 full balance plug, from 1 cell up to 6 cell, charges everything, the different kinds of batteries. Super compact charger, really like that. In here is the AC plug. I also do keep, normally I think it's sitting around here somewhere, but I keep like a DC plug for like a car socket. You can plug it in. I'll keep it there. A little balance plug here. I've got a little other power supply. I've got some miscellaneous connectors that I might need, some little stuff for even charging other types of batteries. All of these quad batteries, these 4S's and even the Lions, all have the XT30s. So I have little adapters kind of geared towards the XT30s. There's my Radiomaster TX16S. I really like that. Some little foam gimbal holders, which you've seen the video on that probably if you've been watching the channel for very long. And that all tucks in there. Of course, on the back of the radio is the Crossfire module. And everything is pretty much self-explanatory. So there it is. Hopefully you can see that. And that's something that I set up. Works out pretty nice for me. When you grab it up to go, you know that you've got everything that you need. And it's important to kind of lay things out and space them out so you know you're going to have enough room for all your goodies without them squishing into each other. And then there's enough foam in here that when you shut it, you know, you can bang the box around and you know it's not going to get damaged. So that's the whole purpose. And I've really been liking this 3800 box. It does have a little panel here. I might have mentioned this in the other video, but you can take this in and out. You can see I have a little logo, Let's Go Fly, Happy RC Flyer on there, and that's just a little sticker, but you can inscribe different stuff. You could probably laser engrave it if you wanted to, or put a sticker, and it just has a nice, good, solid feel. Again, when you install stuff in there, you want it packed nice and tight, so if it does drop, I've had this drop, and I don't know if there's any indication. You can kind of see, I don't know, you see some heavier scratches here on the back, and I don't know if you can see some little bit of rash on the corner of the hinges, but it's been a really good box. I've been using it for a number of months now, and I've been really happy with it. No complaints at all. I thought it was a little bit pricey because I was originally wanting to get something that was like aluminum case, but I'm really glad that I did end up going with heavy duty, like durable plastic, because it's come in really handy. So we're going to get into this one. This is the one we really want to talk about today, but all the Apache boxes, you know, they're all kind of very similar. The other one is the 3800. This is the 2800, and also by Apache. They're calling it the Rugged Mobility. So, and it is literally designed exactly the same. The latches, it's got your little eyelets on here for locks. It's got this pin hinge, of course, heavy duty plastic, and it also has this little nameplate that slides in and out of there if you wanted to put something on that. So, and just a reminder that these do come in different colors. They come in black, the tan, and also like a rescue, what I would call a rescue orange. So a little bit of wind. Let's get this out of the way so it's not going to blow away. So here's our box, and it comes with these little gel. These are like little anti-moisture tablets, whatever you want to call those. And you can see that this comes with the eggshell in the back, and it is also not glued on or stuck on. I do like that idea that they don't glue it on, but that's probably one of the first things we're going to want to do, and I probably won't do it in today's video. I didn't bring glue with me. You can see that it does have these little pins on the back. I'm not sure what those are all about. Maybe if you wanted to screw like a panel in there for like a standout panel, maybe you could take one and make a charger box. So I'm not too excited about that because what I'm doing, I really don't want that. But anyway, here's the layers. It comes with a nice thick layer that's probably 2 inches thick. There's another, there's my pocket doing the drop test, Radiomaster pocket. There's another 2-inch piece, and then a little, I would say maybe an inch, maybe 3/4. And then here's what the bottom of the box looks like with nothing in it. So just pretty much what you would expect in a plastic rigid box. So we'll get into it here a little bit and show you. I have a little toolkit here, which might review that in another video, but that's a little toolkit. I've been carrying this since I got this Fly Times 85. I've been carrying it around just in the box that it comes with, which I've been pretty impressed with. It has foam. Of course, it's encased in foam, and that is a foam piece that you could use if you wanted to mount it in a different box. But I'm probably not going to use the foam that it came with. But there's the Fly Times 85. If you haven't seen some of the videos on that yet, I'm not sure when the main review will drop on that, but if you haven't seen that already, be looking for that or check it out. And that's been a really fun little quad. Good for flying indoors. It's very peppy. It's fun for flying outside and around. A little breezy here today, but might get some flights in today. We'll see. Very compact, very cool drone. So there's that. I've got some of these miscellaneous batteries. I've got some 550 2S's and some 1000 2S's. I just put a little plug in for Flywoo because I've tried some different brand batteries, and I haven't been in the FPV side of things for a really long time as far as when it comes to freestyle quads and little whoops and things. But from my experience that I do have, I've been really impressed with the Flywoo batteries, so I would highly recommend them. I put them up against some other ones, and they just go and go. They seem to have more power. They seem to fly longer for me. Maybe somebody else has a different opinion, and you're welcome to share your opinion. Your experience is welcome in the comment section. So anyway, here we are. We need to figure out, we dropped our Radiomaster pocket. As you can see, here's the Radiomaster pocket, and I don't know if you've seen or if it's out already, the review video on this radio, but this has been a lot of fun. Really been enjoying it, and mostly flying the Fly Times 85 on it, so I've been pretty impressed. I'm not using the traditional antenna, but I have a TBS Crossfire. I think this is called the Nano. Slides right on the back of the radio, and that's been very nice. The gimbals, we'll go ahead and take those off, or the sticks, control sticks, they go in the back of the radio here. If I can keep my gloves from getting in the way. Maybe pop my gloves off. The sun came out and it's warming up pretty nice, so it's not too bad for being winter time here in the US. So there's that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get an idea where we want things and how they're going to be laid out. And I'm hoping, now that I'm looking at it, it's looking kind of small. It's looking like a little bit small of a box, so I may have to layer it. So what you want to do is kind of want to set it in here, and I'm looking at these perforated lines, and I'm going to slide it over here all the way to the edge of the perforated lines, and then I want to see how this Radiomaster pocket is going to fit in here. I've been really enjoying this radio. I do like the TS16S, the TX16S Radiomaster, but I found that this thing has incredible battery life, and it runs on those 18650s, which I don't know if you can see them in there. It's kind of transparent, but behind these little covers, we got the wind we're fighting. So anyway, I've been having a lot of fun with this radio, and one thing I like about it is it's really compact. So I think I can fit that in there, and then I think these batteries, this is kind of what I'm thinking, and I think these batteries can kind of fit in these little slots, and I'll rip out some little tabs. I think, I don't know, if I cut out 2 squares for each battery, I think that's going to be a little bit too much. I think I would rather just do 1 square per battery and then let them push in kind of tight, because you don't really want them flopping around. you want to be able to shut the lid and turn it all directions and not have things fall on top of each other. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to get my goggles in here as well. So I don't know about this. This was supposed to be an all-in-one box. It might be a little bit too small even for this quad. Trying to think about this, how we could fit this in there. Now I know I might be able to embed this in the top layer because this is pretty thin. So that would be a little bit tight. But it will be able to embed in one of these layers, so that's something to think about. I could put my goggles underneath, and I only have one pair of goggles with me today, so I'm going to go ahead and get those out. I do have more than one pair of the DJI goggles too, but I only have one with me today, so I'm going to use this to work on my box, to get my box all designed here. So let's see how we can fit this in here. I wish I had a roof cam so you guys could look down in here and see kind of what I'm seeing. I'm just trying to see what the most efficient way of putting these in here is. I'm going to cheat a little bit and look how this box is set up and how many squares I had to take out for it. Uh-oh, there goes my foam. Oh no. Gotta chase things with the wind. Let's see, we are, I don't even know if I can tell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 6, so 6 wide, 10 long, and that's how I have these goggles set up, or the slot for that. So I'm just not sure if I want to put my radio in the bottom, if I want to put my goggles in the bottom. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to use one of these layers for the Fly Times 85, because that'll sit right in there really nicely. So I think I probably could go ahead and get started on it, because I think it's just going to have to be pretty self-explanatory for this box. So now I forgot to bring a bag, but when you start ripping these out, you want to make sure that you're not making a big mess, especially on a windy day. So let's see here. We need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 will hold it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like 9 is going to be a little sloppy, but 10 or 8 might not be. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to do a 9 by 9. So the way you rip these is just kind of. So I'm going to take my gloves off, because the gloves are so grippy against the foam. But you just take and wiggle your finger down in there and just kind of work it loose. See, I'm just kind of separating it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems like too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to do a 9 by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that does look like a big area. And we might risk being a little bit loose. And we're going all the way over to this end. But yeah, look how much easier this is than trying to get a hot knife and cut it and make it look really nice. So, and I think what I'm going to do, these sections that go all the way through, so I think what I'm going to do is go all the way through on this. But look how easy it is. Now the bad side is, or the downside is, that you have to do things in squares so it doesn't look as cool. But that's so much easier than having to keep a hot knife with you. And so there we are. You can see that just sits right there. So that's going to be nice. Now traditionally, or typically, you want it a little bit smaller. We probably could have got by without that extra layer, without ripping out that extra layer. What we might be able to do is turn this one into the transmitter pocket if we need to. So we possibly could do that if we wanted to. Okay, now let's see how this is coming together. We also have another layer down at the very bottom, and I'm kind of thinking about putting this goes in there, which is pretty good, and that'll keep that from flopping around. Kind of thinking about putting my transmitter in the bottom. Kind of think that would be a good idea. Put the batteries on top, maybe the goggles here. I don't know if the goggles are probably going to need more than one thickness of foam, but maybe not. What do you guys think? Maybe a little more than one thickness, but if they stick up, the top of the box, this foam here will hold them off really well. So, okay, let's see. I kind of want to put this. This is going to need more than one thickness too. It'll be kind of close. We could do this is. We could put it right under. Well, we don't want to put it right under. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put some of these battery slots in. Oops. I'll make some of these little holes for batteries, and these, for the batteries, I just want to rip out one section. So we can do that without making too much of a mess, and the 550s fit right in there perfectly. They stick up just a little bit. They could be pushed down maybe, and I'll just have to watch that they don't get too close to that. And I'm thinking another one right here. Now you guys are just seeing this and watching this in real time, kind of raw, so it's okay to do a little more forethought, a little more planning. Hang on a second, we'll chase this piece of foam going with the wind. Oh, there we go. Kind of forgot that these things are going to blow around. Alright, there we are. We're going to leave a little space in between and then rip out another one. And I am hoping to purchase some more of these little 550s and maybe the 1000s. Oh, I ripped that out and I didn't want to rip the whole thing out. I can always glue little pieces back in. But with them being already perforated, they are easy to rip out without meaning to. Let's see. Might do two wide. Two sections wide if I can. Yeah, so the disadvantage of being already perforated is sometimes they're easier to rip out than what you'd want them to be. So, but you can always put a little dab of glue back in. So there's that. Hang on to these little bits. We don't have to chase them all over the place. Let's see how that's fitting so far. Yeah, that feels pretty good. The batteries sticking up are okay. And then I usually will turn them around depending on if they're charged or needing a charge. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. And I'm not sure if I want to put my goggles this way and my transmitter this way. I'm already feeling like it's going to be kind of tight. But I do want to put my transmitter on the bottom. What I might do, what I might do is put this little thin layer in between. Oh, wow. I'm a slow learner on a windy day. Here we go. Let's see here. We got that over here. Let's see how we can situate this. What I might do, I was thinking about putting that thin piece in between the other two layers, but then I don't know, it's really ended up being a little tighter than what I had planned. So I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with how tight it is. Let's see. I think I do want my goggles on top and my transmitter underneath. Or do I want my transmitter on top, my goggles underneath? Because it's a possibility that I might use a separate goggle case. I could do that. I'm thinking I want to put my radio underneath. I don't know if I can, I'm just not sure if I can put my radio underneath and my goggles on top. I feel like that's going to be a little bit too tight. Yeah, that's a little more pressure on there than what I'd like. I wish this box was a little bit deeper. So it might just be a little bit too small for this Fly Times 85. Let's see here. I think I am gonna put my transmitter underneath. Maybe I'll put my transmitter underneath of my quad. Don't really like that idea. I usually like a little layer of foam. I wish there were some more layers of this size, but maybe I should take this off. Let's see here. Put that on the bottom. That works pretty good. Put that on the bottom. Maybe that's a good idea. So maybe I just need to cut it out of this. Cut it out of the other one. Okay, let's go with that. This is taking longer than what I had hoped, but when you don't give it much forethought, it can take a little longer. So let's shove it this way. Well, let's shove it to one side because I might want to add some chargers. Let's see, let's push it this way, and I think we'll keep about one row back. And try to put the antenna right in here. And you do want to make it slightly smaller than what you really think it should be, because you can always tear more out later. But if you tear too much out, then you don't want to have to glue it back in. So, and let's go this way. Sorry, this is probably not super exciting for you guys to sit there and watch, but I thought maybe it'd be a good little instructional video if you need to know how to set up one of these boxes. I've had a lot of people ask me, said, man, how do you do that? That's really cool. I say, well, it's not that hard. It does take a little thought, a little bit of planning. And if you punch out foam that you wish you hadn't of, it's not the end of the world, but it can be disappointing. So let's keep it as tight as we can. I'm going to go with this right here. There we go. Keep that so we don't have to chase that piece of foam. And fits in there fairly well. I think I'm going to need to take out some more of these just for that antenna to fit in there. I've even thought about removing the stock antenna because I only use the Crossfire module anyway. Wow. Okay. There it is. I think that'll work pretty good. It's still trying to catch right in here. Let me take one of these out. That's looking pretty good. What do you think, guys? It looks like it sits in there pretty well. Let's see how things are coming together. Again, I will have to put a little bit of glue on this piece of foam and the top lid just to keep it out of the way. And we have that. Don't really like the idea of the quad sitting right on, but I might put a thin little layer in between. Okay. Is that sitting in there? I think it is. Okay, and let's see, the batteries are not going to sit in there real well for right now. There we go. Or, you know what we could do? Flip it around like that, put the goggles on top. I don't know if I like the battery leads being in the back. That might be a better option. I'm not overly excited about not having an extra little thin layer. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. And then I just need to decide if I'm going to be using any what did I say, 6? I think I said 6x9. Is it a 6x9 for this punch out? Let's see. Probably. That's an idea. Kind of keep it to this side. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know, that looks really close. If that'll fit in or not. Yeah, that will. That should work pretty good, I think. Then if we want to flip it this way, that's also doable. I think this is going to be the winner, though. Okay. 6. Let's see. We want to stay out of this corner. 1. Oops. 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Might make it slightly tighter than what I had before. Oops. Really do like these little perforated edges, though. They're so nifty. Sure beats getting the pocket knife out, and if you've ever tried to cut like 2-inch long foam, if you don't have a hot knife, it can be kind of a challenge. And I do have some hot knives, but not out here at the park. So we're going to come back off of this corner just a little bit. See if that'll assist us in keeping a little more structure. Okay, I think we're making some headway. Oops. That doesn't look large enough. We'll see. So it is probably large enough, except for the battery pack. It might work. It might work. Look at that. That might work. Get our batteries in there. I do wish these were a little bit different, had a little more pressure on them, but those will work. So there we have it. We're not quite down in there. See if we get it shut okay. Where are we getting pressure from? Oh, this foam was not up in there. There it is. So we have at least the quad and the goggles and the batteries and the controller or the transmitter in there. And there it is. Check it out. So we'll have some room in here if we want to put a charger. And then, of course, you take the quad out. You can lift this out of there if you want to. And then there's your transmitter in the bottom. So, and then, of course, there's a lot of room under here. We're not even using any of this room. So we can put more batteries or chargers, whatever we want to, down in here. And the little pocket transmitter fits in and out really easily. Look at that. Pretty slick. So now when we grab them up to go, and I'll probably put a little Velcro or something in there to keep those from flopping around as much. But now when we get ready to go flying, we toss the quad in there. We know we've got everything. You just got to watch these batteries. I could move these over a little bit. Hopefully I'll get some more batteries. I want to maybe get another order into Flywheel here before too long. So anyway, there you go, guys. We forgot to include the little toolkit, but that'll fit in anywhere. So now we've got some actual real protection and don't have to worry about this crazy little cardboard box, which they are very impressive actually for what they come with from the factory when you order them from Flywheel. So I've been pretty impressed. So there's the 2900 or 2800. I think they're calling 2800. I always want to call them 2900 boxes. 29 and 39, but that's not what they're called. And I do have extra foam if I want to glue some more in later, but try to get you the boxes up here so you can kind of see those side by side. And we have our other things wanting to blow around, but anyway, here they are, the new 2800 Apache and the old Flywheel Explorer and the Flywheel Fly Times 85. This has been a really fun quad. This has been a really fun quad. They are both very different. If you want to do any indoor flying, this is really the one, I think. It's got full HD with the DJI O3 Air unit, so very impressive. And while I do like the big Radio Master controller with a color display. You really don't need that. You got your head in the goggles. You're not really looking at the display too much when you're flying the little micro quads. So they're really fun just to grab and go. And now we have everything in this little box. So if you guys were wondering how to do that, how to set up a little box, that's pretty much how you do it. If you want to customize things later on, you can. You can put some of that, save your foam when you take your foam out, save it. If you want to rearrange things, you can put it back in, you can glue it back in, and rearrange things a different way. But try to think of your layering, try to think of how to use your space as far as your dimensions. So not only do you have the layout or the platform of the surface area, but you also have your depth. And so think about how to manage your depth before you actually start cutting into it. So that one was a little closer than what I'd like, and I might rearrange it, do some customizing, might do some more updates in the future, but we'll keep you guys tuned into that. And this really doesn't feel like it has much into it. I will say that these plastic boxes are a little heavier than what you would expect it to be for plastic, but it's because it's really heavy duty plastic. So there's the 2800 Apache, the 3800 Apache. I think they do have another bigger box. I don't know, we'll maybe get one of those and play around with it. They do have some smaller ones. I've got some plans for those as well. So stay tuned to the channel. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. That helps grow the channel, helps grow the hobby. I don't make any money on this. I'm just a hobbyist like a lot of the rest of you are. So I just enjoy doing it for fun. And as I have time, I make these videos, and nobody gives me any kind of discounts for buying these products from Harbor Freight or Amazon. And if you buy one, if you don't, I make just as much money whether you do or don't. I have a job, but I enjoy doing this for fun and enjoy flying. So subscribe, hit the like button in the video if you like this video, drop a comment or question if you have one, share this video with a friend that you think might enjoy it. Thanks for watching this episode of Tools and Tips Tuesday, and of course, Merry Christmas. See you in the next video.